Hello, welcome to my humble homestead garden side chat. So today I have by request to do some fermented green beans. So I did get these French style beans from Misfits, and they're not all, a couple of them are, I'm not going to put in there. But they're not all snapped, so I am going to snap them and tell you how I'm going to ferment them. So basically, I bought some distilled water because I made some bone broth today, and I have filtered water in my fridge, but I didn't want to just sit up and fill a whole crock pot full. So I bought this distilled water. I used almost all of it, but I thought I'd use the rest because one thing that's important when you're fermenting or, cooking really healthy food is that you use either distilled or purified. You don't want to use city water or chlorified water. You want to use pure water. That's really important. So I have just put 2 cups for the brine. I've made 2 cups of water just because I have about this much green beans. So I don't have a huge amount of green beans. And then I used a tablespoon of Himalayan sea salt. You can use whatever kind of sea salt you want. Just a good kind of salt is what you want to make the brine. So that's what I've used for the brine. And then I am just going to, and then I got one of these little things here where I can put it on, and then this goes on top, so it'll kind of just bubble up. So I got a little fermenter jar. And then in my jar, I put some minced garlic, about the equivalent of 1 garlic. I like to flavor my beans. That is not required. You don't have to. I put just a little bit of crushed pepper in there, 1 bay leaf, and just a couple peppercorns. That's just my preference. You can do it however you want. And then I'm just going to snap these beans. Some people like to put the beans in there just perfectly so it looks nice. I'm just going to pack them in so they fit. And I'm letting the salt in the brine kind of dissolve. So I'm just going to, while I'm snapping the beans, I'm just going to let it dissolve. So while I'm snapping, we can just chit chat a little bit. So it has been a crazy week for me. My mom is coming from Phoenix. She comes and stays for the summer because it's already 100 degrees out there, which is unheard of. We still have snow on the ground here. So it's April. I did an April Fool's joke on her, and I told her that we had 2 feet of snow, which she's gullible. She totally believed it. But then I quickly told her because I think that's always mean to do that. And so I'm like, just kidding, April Fools. So anyway, so I did that the other day. And then yeah, some of these beans are just a little bit, I think I waited too long before I did this. So if any of them just are a tad slimy or not perfect, I'm not going to put them in there just because I'm kind of funny about when I preserve things. I kind of want really good ones because I just don't want any bacteria or anything. Even though the good thing about fermenting is that it does, put the good bacteria in there. So, but still, any of them that are just not, if they just aren't perfect, I'm not going to take that chance. But anyway, so I'm going to go out. I'm going to fly out to Phoenix and drive mom back next week. So that will be really fun. A nice car ride. But yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be tiring. I've been so busy here. I ordered so much bulk stuff, like I had mentioned in my previous video. Was going to order from Azure, but I didn't want to drive an hour to go meet them, which, it is fine for a lot of people. I work full time and it's just me. So I'm trying to get ready for my garden stuff. I'm working and I'm trying to, just, preserve some of the stuff that I have here. Start my seedlings. Uh, I so I ordered all of this organic stuff. But anyway, so instead of meeting Azure, which I would have done if I had to, but I looked at all the stuff that I was going to order from them, and I wrote it down, and then and the prices, and I started just searching on Google and stuff, and I was able to buy all of that stuff, or almost all of it, from um, like Walmart, Costco, and Amazon. And it all got delivered to my house. I was so excited. So I got like organic steel cut oats and um, the big jug of apple cider vinegar, organic brown rice, which I'm cooking now because I'm going to cook the brown rice and then I'm going to dehydrate it so then it becomes instant brown rice. So when I make my meals in jars, it can just go right in there. Um, oh, I got so much stuff, you guys, just so much. So yes, it was today when the UPS guy came. Bless his heart. We have the same UPS guy. He's so nice. He pulls up and I was like, it's gonna slow down, I promise. Because I ordered all my seeds I ordered from like Baker Creek, and then I ordered because I didn't have, I just moved here last year. So I had ordered my black fabric tarp because I want to do some weedless gardening. I even ordered like certain tools. I just, so much stuff. And my mom's going to come help me garden. So he kept, and I said, it's going to slow down. I said, and I kind of told him, oh, and I ordered all my meat. And he goes, oh, I thought you started a business. So it was so funny. I mean, it was just so hysterical. But I suppose I could start a business with what I've been. But my house has just been a wreck. So I emptied out my entire pantry and went through, got rid of all the stuff that wasn't healthy. I do admit I did keep a little mac and cheese for my grandson because he loves that stuff. But I am going to start converting and I got the freeze dried cheese, like the dried cheese to make the instant meals. So I can do meals in a jar for that for him too. But so I got my pantry cleaned out. I'll post a picture right above here. There it is. Woohoo! Started that. And then I ordered some shelves and I'm really disappointed in them. They're kind of chintzy. Because I wanted to put them back by my laundry room to put my jarred stuff on. And so I'm going to have to I think I'm going to try to find some at like an antique store or something. You can get better crafted stuff that's, you know. So for now, what I did was I have so many boxes and I'm going to use all those boxes like in my raised garden beds. You can use boxes and then tree branches and leaves and stuff to fill them. And then when you put the potting soil over that, then you're not using as much soil. It saves the money that way. So I mean, these boxes are ridiculous, but at least I'm going to repurpose them. So where was I? Oh, so what I did was, so putting these shelves together, it was so weird. Usually when you get metal shelves, it comes with like the shelf and you put it together, whatever. No, the shelves were like one bar at a time. So you had to put them one bar at a time. Well, then when you try to put the jar on there, the jar is like wobbly wobbly. So then I had bought that plastic like shelf liner. Well, that was in a roll. So then I was like laying that in between like wood stuff to try to flatten that. That wouldn't flatten out. It was just, it was such an ordeal. So then I literally took boxes and I cut boxes the size of the shelf liner, and then I like glued those down and then put those on there. And I'm like, you know what? That is just, it's gonna have to do for now. until I can figure something else off, because I need something to put my my dehydrated jars on, because I want them in that room. There's no window in there, and you want them in a dark room so they're preserved longer. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do with that, and I'm really excited once we get the garden stuff, because it's just great to start, eating better, and I feel like my body's going to be healing from the inside out. That's really kind of the goal. And there's a lot of these beans. That's just my bad for not doing them earlier. Um, and even though I'll eat as much fresh as I can, but even though I'll be dehydrating what comes out of my garden, the fact that it will be picked right from my garden and then preserved right away, it's still being preserved right then, and the nutrients are still going to be there. So that's one thing, versus getting it from a store where it's been picked, it's had to be shipped, it's sat on the shelf. I mean, I don't think we realize how many nutrients get lost through all those processes. And I'm not dissing, vegetables and stuff that we get in the store. I mean, hey, it's better than not having any at all. But there just is something to growing your own food. If you can do it, even if you can just do one thing, even start with like a herb, an herb on your balcony, or like a little herb thing on your counter, any little thing. Just start with one thing. It even makes you feel better just to grow something. I remember last year my garden did not turn out. I got like a couple cherry tomatoes, a couple green beans, but my herbs turned out. And so when I was making stuff and I put those fresh herbs in there, it was like I was having a gourmet meal. So that's, I mean, just start where you're at. Start with one thing. That's we just want to try to be healthy where we can. And I know, I feel like I felt a little overwhelmed this week, I have to admit, because I know that I keep throwing the little ends in there, because I'm really trying to take on a lot, but I'm so passionate about it, like with the herbalism, and then with changing my stuff to organic, the farm fresh meat. I went and picked up, 3 chickens today from the farmer down the road. And it might seem to some people, it might just seem like, wow, she's just overdoing it. Why is it? But when you've been as sick as I've been, and when you felt as horrible as I have, I mean, I still get so exhausted that I know I really want to just feel better every day, and be able to do stuff all the time. And I know the difference. When I'm eating well, I know how much better that I feel. And I know when I'm eating better consistently, I know that it it makes a difference in the long run. So even though I'm overwhelmed right now, I know I'm doing a lot right now, but I'm doing a lot now so that I don't have to do a lot as much later. So right now I'm doing a lot of the prepping. Hopefully I'm going to get some meals in jars done, so that way when I am doing more gardening, I can just pull a meal off the shelf if I have to. So yeah, so that's what's going on right now in my neck of the woods. What else was I gonna mention? I did get some herbs, but I haven't quite put the herb tablets together. I'm trying to think. I think what I'll do now is I'm gonna start packing these green beans in like this. And then when I get them all packed in, I will show you what it's like. And then I will pour the brine in. and then we will see how it's finished. And then it usually just sits on the counter for a few days, and then we have our fermented green beans. All right, so I will be back. Okay, hi, welcome back. So I did get these packed in this jar. One thing I want to say too is that you can do this in a regular canning jar. The only difference is that you're just going to leave the lid on loosely, and then every couple days you'll have to, or every day or so, you'll have to burp it. Just let the air come out, and then you'll want to put it in on the counter or in something, or on a towel or something, because it might spill over a little bit. So anyway, so here's the brine, and I'm going to pour the brine over the pickles. The big important thing is you want to completely cover the green beans and make sure they're completely covered. So I have a weight. You want to weight them down because you want them to completely be, whoop, there we go. Completely over. I might have overfilled them. So there we go. So you want them to be under the brine. I have to pour a little bit of this out. There we go. Under the brine completely. And then, so you weight them down. Then you put the lid on. If I can get this lid on, I might have to even let a little bit more out. There we go. There it is. Burping mechanism out. But anyway, so that is how you do it. Then you set it on the counter. Usually takes a good 7 days for it to be fully fermented. You'll see the bubbles will start to fill up. When the bubbles stop, then you know it is done. Then I keep mine in the fridge. As far as fermenting vegetables and fermenting goes, a good 1 to 2 tablespoons a day is pretty much what we need for gut health. So getting that in is great. That is what our bodies need. Why we want this, why we need the good probiotics, is our immune system, 75% or more, really starts in the digestive system. So we really want those good bacterias in our stomach. We really want our digestive system happy and healthy. So that's why the fermenting is really something that we want. Okay, so all right, well, thank you so much. If you like this video, if you want to see more like it, please subscribe and share. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Be blessed and good health. Bye.